People, welcome back to the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. As usual, back again on Naijafoottv to let you know what's happening with our players and the Super Eagles in general. But a quick apology, guys, for not posting anything in the last, I think, 4 or 5 days on the channel. It was due to some unforeseen circumstance, but thank God everything is back to normal. So happy to be here again. Of course, a lot of things have been happening, a lot of interesting stories surrounding our players, the team as well. Coach CHELLE has been in the news, a couple of times, and those are some of the things I'm going to talk, in this video. But first, let's start with a huge praise for the big man himself, Victor Osimhen. For his performance yesterday. He grabbed 2 goals to get victory for his Galatasaray side over Fenerbahce. It was a very difficult game, very important match, because it's a quarter final of the Turkish Cup. And I mean, leading up into that game, it was very intense. The fans, everybody showed up in their numbers. It was always going to be a game that will be a fight, at the end of the day. And we saw it during the match. It was a huge fight. It was a huge fight from the fans, even outside of the stadium, which stadium was full to the brim. People were outside. There were, a lot of chaos there and things like that. And even during the match, we saw a good number of fights, between both teams, several times. And also Jose Mourinho getting into some sort of confrontation with Galatasaray coaching counterpart for that one. Victor Osimhen, I think, also one time went into a fight, on the pitch, but he put up a man of the match performance, and we are really proud of him as Nigerians, because this is what he does. He makes us proud. He shows up every day and he believes in himself. He thinks of himself as unstoppable. He has huge confidence in himself, and he doesn't have any limits to what he can do on the pitch. And that's why we always see him get this result. His mentality is really top notch, and this is part of the things that Coach CHELLE, has even said recently about Victor Osimhen and his mentality. He says that Osimhen is not just a star, but he is a superstar, and it all goes down to one thing: his mentality. He has this really big mentality, really deep mentality, that he believes in himself. He believes that he can do everything, on the pitch. And of course, he did that as well yesterday to help Galatasaray get that victory. Their previous game, they actually lost that match against Besiktas, at the hands of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think that was their first defeat of the season. But again, and that actually was really bad, because it came off of the draw against Zimbabwe. So Osimhen was kind of hungry, looking for some positive, looking for a win perhaps in that game. Of course, it was going to be very important for them, to extend their lead at the top of the Turkish league, to Turkish Super League, from Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. But it didn't work as planned. They fell by 2-1 at the hands of Besiktas. But this victory definitely is going to be very important, to bring his confidence back, to bring not just confidence, but also they as a team, bring their confidence back and put them, right in the way of winning at least a cup, the Turkish Cup this season. They are also, very positioned to win the league. So definitely they are going for treble this season at least. And that performance obviously sparked a lot of reactions. DJ Drogba posted about Victor Osimhen, because of course he's a huge fan of Victor Osimhen because of his abilities and his passion for the game, his goal scoring prowess, of course. And also DJ Drogba is a well respected, should I call it, alumni of the Galatasaray team, because he also played there and he did some great things as well. So he has the love of the club in his heart. So this is what we love to see, our players performing at top level. But moving beyond that one, guys, of course, Coach CHELLE is still, heavily talked about in the last couple of days. I think from April 1st, we, had a lot of speculation that Coach Eric Shaw was actually, planning to resign from the Super Eagles job. That was very heightened. I don't know if you guys heard about it or seen it on social media, but that was something that was trending, at some point, because it was said by a respected journalist, Osasu Obayuwana. But it turns out that it was just an April Fool. But his earlier statement, I think it was released on April 1st. But it didn't cross anybody's mind because usually when April 1st comes and the April Fool thing is going around, you don't know until you call yourself to reality and then realize that, oh, today is April Fool, and perhaps it was a prank. But these are the words that the journalist Oba Yuwana put out, actually send out a widespread fear that Coach Eric Shaw wanted to leave the Super Eagles job. In his statement, he said Eric Shaw is considering terminating his contract as Super Eagles manager. Sources within the NFF say that uncertainty over his fate beyond the FIFA World Cup qualifying series has led to a dramatic change of heart. The NFF will hold a crisis meeting to address the matter. So this was actually what triggered that widespread speculation. But in reality, Osasu was just doing April Fool, trying to pull the legs of Nigerian football fans. But again, the good thing is that the NFF's representative has now responded to this message. Demola Olajire, who's the NFF's head of communications, has released another statement, to set the record straight. He said that this is an April Fool prank by Osasu Obayuwana. So therefore, no cause for alarm or whatsoever. Even Osasu, a few days later, came out to, tweet saying 15 views and quite a few hashtag April Fool's Day victims in the bag. That effectively confirmed that he was just pulling the legs of Nigerians. But again, speaking of Coach Eric Shaw, of course, the man is still focused on his job, and even a few days ago, he actually was reported to have traveled to the UK to do some more scouting of talents, to add to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Specifically, the likes of NWANERI is one very primary target for Coach Eric Shaw, because obviously we have issues in that advanced positions. We need people who are really talented, who are in form, who can really change games or create chances, score goals as well. And we've seen that from our last game we have Samuel Chukwueze wasn't really as effective as he should be. So NWANERI can be someone that can be added to those areas, whether it be flank, Chukwueze wing, or it be like the free row, in the middle of the attacking area. NWANERI is someone that can obviously offer a lot of quality to the Nigerian Super Eagles attack. So Eric Shaw is bent on getting this man. In fact, in his own words right now, he's saying that the first time that he traveled to the UK to meet with the players, that he also explored the opportunity to have a conversation with NWANERI, but he went through Alex Iwobi and all of the other UK guys who know him, in person. But Joshua is insisting that he's still very interested. In fact, he's prioritizing trying to get NWANERI to play for us, but that he is waiting for NFF to make the move. Contact the man, contact his family, and set the tune or set the ball rolling so that he can come in the picture and then talk to NWANERI and explain to him how important he is to the project of the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the plans that they have for the future. Personally, if you ask me, I think this is the right move for him to come play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and it's not just because I'm a Nigerian and want him to be in the team, but if you look at it realistically, he has a better chance of being a Nigerian great, Super Eagles great, than being the English Three Lions great, because obviously they have a lot of stars playing in that position. Not all of them are even seeing, game time. The last time it was even left out of Tuchel's list. That shows you the plethora of stars that are in the English Three Lions. But if he comes to Nigeria, he has a straight entrance into that position. He's going to be playing regular football if he is fit, and without injury. He will be playing football consistently for the Super Eagles of Nigeria and be effecting games, make names for himself, and possibly maybe even win the African, Ballon d'Or, just like we've seen Lookman, do such great things after also following the same paths, by snubbing English True Lions to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We have a lot of them. Alex Iwobi is also the same story. Kevin Bassey as well. So it's going to be very big, and this is why Coach Eric is open on these guys, the Alex Iwobi, the Kevin Bassey, the Lookman, to put in the words to try and convince this man that he can make history, for himself, make a name for himself and his family, by following the project and playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, instead of the English Tree Lions.